One of the most significant personalities in pop culture, fashion, and music, Sean Diddy Combs, is at the heart of a developing story that is enthralling the audience. The most startling development is Diddy's arrest in Manhattan, even though breaking news sources indicate that he is now embroiled in legal trouble and that more than 120 people are anticipated to sue him in the upcoming weeks. Despite his charges being unknown at the time, Diddy was arrested after being indicted by a grand jury. Although his lawyer acknowledged that he is being processed at the moment, the media is only now starting to take notice of the mogul's predicament. The sight is almost unreal, more like something you might find in a work of fiction than in reality. A far cry from the opulent lifestyle he formerly led, Diddy, a guy who built an empire on luxury, celebrity, and a well cultivated character, is currently incarcerated. He now sits in a chilly cell at the Metropolitan Detention Center, MDC, in Brooklyn, a facility notorious for its harsh circumstances and violent past. Gone are the red carpets, the private planes, and the lavish parties. There has never been a greater drastic change in his life. Even if Diddy's prison sentence is unquestionably severe, the reports about his actions inside are what are truly causing concern. Both specialists and other inmates have been eager to make assumptions regarding his physical and mental health. Some have even suggested that his incarceration is having a more negative impact on him than anticipated. Diddy's image has clearly changed. The man who formerly showed off his money and prestige is now seen as undergoing a nearly tragic metamorphosis. According to reports from his most recent court appearance, his physical state is concerning. Diddy has lost a significant amount of weight, and his once jet black hair now has gray streaks. Journalist Elizabeth Milner, who was present at the pretrial hearing, said that there was a noticeable alteration in his appearance. According to Milner, he was a guy who was barely able to maintain his composure, with his once assured manner appearing to have given way to a frail and exhausted figure. She said it was astonishing how different the Diddy who used to command attention was from the one in front of her in court. The strain of his current circumstances is obviously starting to get to him. Not just Diddy's looks and health are causing people to take notice. Without a doubt, the harsh conditions of the jail environment are having an adverse effect. Diddy's jail facility, MDC Brooklyn, is notorious for being among the worst in the nation. Prisoners have long lamented the lack of basic amenities, frequent violence, and unhygienic circumstances. For someone like Diddy, who has had a lavish lifestyle, it must be a startling experience to live in a location where survival is a never ending struggle. However, many have questioned whether Diddy's physical metamorphosis is due to the harsh circumstances or something more concerning as a result of his inability to eat. Diddy's refusal to eat is linked to fear, specifically the dread of poisoning, according to former prisoners and prison advisors. Former prisoner and analyst Larry Lavini believed that Diddy might be concerned that something might be slipped into his diet. Diddy gets a lot of people in trouble, Lavini stated during a podcast. People want to harm him. Given the network of enemies Diddy has amassed over the years, it is not impossible that an outsider could persuade an inmate to poison him. It's terrifying to think that Diddy could be the target of a potential hit in prison. But considering his prominence, it's not completely unthinkable. Diddy's apparent weight loss and refusal to eat have stoked more rumors about his health. Some even contend that he has a more serious ailment that has gotten worse while he has been inside. Many people are wondering how much pressure he is under because of these rumors and his physical decline. Even his enormous riches and power seem to be insufficient to alleviate the weight of his legal issues, the harsh prison conditions, and the tremendous media attention. The way Diddy is supposedly acting in prison is even more confusing. According to reports, despite the terrible surroundings, Diddy has been able to assemble a gang of devoted followers, other prisoners who are allegedly going above and beyond to meet all of his needs. Some accounts claim that these prisoners are bringing him meals, cleaning his bed, and even getting into strange arguments about who should do what for him. Diddy seems to be able to keep control of himself while incarcerated, albeit in a very unusual manner. In the context of this weird story, It doesn't seem completely impossible for grown men to fight about who gets to make Diddy's bed in a federal detention facility. When Diddy's actions and purported health issues are taken into account, the scenario becomes even more complicated. He is well and totally focused on his defense, according to his legal team. Others, though, are dubious. His apparent change and his inability to eat, according to others, are symptoms of more serious mental and physical problems. There are even rumors that Diddy may be experiencing mental health issues as a result of the extreme stress of his current situation. Anyone can feel the effects of being incarcerated, particularly in a case with such public attention. But Diddy appears to be approaching a breaking point. Rumors concerning Diddy's private life and his actions, both within and outside the jail walls, are stoking the flames. While some of these allegations portray him as engaging in inappropriate behavior and unhealthy relationships, others imply that his behaviors while inside are a reflection of the same contentious behavior he has been accused of outside of prison. An outspoken vocalist who is well known for her frank criticism of the music business, Jaguar Wright, has come forward to say she is even more aware of Diddy's secrets. Wright suggested in a recent interview that his purported actions while incarcerated are only the start of a much larger tale. She fueled the rumors by promising to disclose more startling information in her next broadcast. Diddy's refusal to exit his cell at MDC Brooklyn, meantime, has only increased curiosity. According to other stories, he purposefully chose to stay in his cell in order to evade the gaze of the outside world and the danger of violence from other prisoners. Others see it as an indication of his declining mental health, a guy who has lost control of his environment and his life. According to reports, Diddy's refusal to interact has made it difficult for his legal team to work with him, and there are even rumors that he is becoming more and more isolated every day. There is no denying that Diddy has significant legal problems. He is facing a number of counts from federal authorities, including trafficking, conspiracy, and racketeering. Diddy might spend decades in prison if these accusations are validated. The seriousness of the accusations alone is enough to rock his once glistening career to its core. Diddy's legal team is still adamant about his innocence, but the seriousness of the accusations and the public's mounting interest in his actions are making it more difficult for him to uphold his formerly unchallenged reputation. One important element in the ongoing story is the atmosphere at MDC Brooklyn. The facility is well known for its subpar circumstances, but it has also been called a hotbed of conflict and violence. It must be difficult for someone like Diddy, who is used to the comforts of his mansions and private planes, to adjust to such a hard atmosphere. According to some accounts, Diddy has even been put under watch because of worries about his safety. Even though he is wealthy and powerful, it is obvious that being in a place like MDC Brooklyn is something he has never done before. It's still up for debate if Diddy is getting preferential treatment. Some claim that incarcerating someone of his caliber is a costly and complex issue, while others contend that his riches and position should grant him some liberties. Diddy is allegedly being closely monitored, and there are rumors that he might be moved to a different prison, possibly one better suited for well-known prisoners. But doing so would give rise to questions about preferential treatment, and nobody wants Diddy to be seen as getting preferential treatment. The public is left to speculate about Diddy's future as his trial is set for May 2025. Is this the start of the end for one of the most recognizable names in music? Or will he be able to clear his name and restore his empire? The mystery surrounding Diddy's case only grows as more information becomes available and fresh rumors start to circulate. Is his behavior a planned attempt to win sympathy, or is he actually straining under the strain? What about the health rumors? Are the reports that he is suffering from a major disease true? The questions appear to get more complicated as this story progresses. Diddy's once unwavering self-assurance and exaggerated demeanor are currently being closely examined. One thing is certain: Diddy's narrative is far from done, regardless of whether he can weather this storm and restore his position in the public eye. Fans, critics, and the general public are all anxiously anticipating the next installment of this startling tale, as the mystery only grows deeper with each new discovery.